Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Was Blind Swordsman and Abandoned? And yeah, guys, it's an unscripted movie as well. Now, before continuing this, I would like to give shout out to Omari Gladwell. And thank you, my guy, for suggesting this idea. Now, before continuing this, if you haven't, then please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's begin with our story. Our story begins as we go towards Land of Iron 3 years after the QB attack, just to see an old man carrying a 3-year-old boy as he was knocking on a rundown house door. "Coming," said a voice from inside after the man knocked. As the door opened, it revealed a white-eyed man and black-haired old man as well. "Hello, Hattori." "Ah, Hiruzen." "Hello, welcome inside, come on." As Hiruzen, now revealed, was led inside by this person, Hattori. As Hattori gave him some green tea and prepared a second cup for the little kid. "Come on, young one, drink up." GG? "It's alright, Naruto, you can drink this." Okay." As Hattori then sat down in front of him. "So, what can I do for you, old friend?" "Old friend, I need your help. You know I left the shinobi life behind, but you are the best swordsman. I wish for you to take an apprentice, please." "You know I won't do that." "Then why are you wishing for something that is not fulfillful for me, Hiruzen? Please, I beg of you." "What? I beg of you." Little one, can you go outside? Or should I drop you there? Can you, drop me near outside gate? I will just sit there if you want to," Naruto said. As Naruto was dropped outside of the gate by Hattori as he went inside and locked the room. "Now tell me, Hiruzen, why are you begging?" "Because I knew that Hiruzen Sarutobi will not beg if it is necessary. It is to save the kid's life," Hiruzen said as his tears were breaking down. "What?" "Hiruzen, calm down. What happened, old friend? Tell me from the start." "It all began 3 years ago, October 10th, as we go to the flashback to see that the QB broke free and was rampaging everywhere. As he revealed that the blind boy that was outside was the son of none other than Minato no Mikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, as they had triplets that day, and Naruto was the unfortunate one that was blinded from sight even before the birth, and that is why the other two children held it on to the yin and yang soul and chakra of the QB. And Naruto was forgotten while they were cheered on as heroes. And his parents and my students' stupidity led them to decide that he is better off here because he will be a distraction and a hurdle in their way because he couldn't even see. And Jiraiya demanded that he should not be a shinobi at all because it will only endanger his life. And that is why he was stripped from the clans, both of them, and was placed in the orphanage. And it was hard for him because there was no one there to take care of a special child. I saw him for 3 years, getting left to his own devices. Sometimes I even saved him from close deaths. And to be honest, it was quite frustrating that I was not there for him when I should be there when he needed me the most, because I am the only person he allows me to get close. And that is why I had enough and brought him here. That is why I request you to take him in, please, Hattori. You are the only one who can train him and teach him the arts. You are the only one who can teach him how to survive. You are the only one who can teach him how to be a swordsman and how to be strong and not rely on anyone. Please, I beg of you, old friend." Hiruzen said, finally breaking down. "It's alright, Hiruzen. I'll take him in. But he will stay here. I know. And I will only see him fit if he is ready to leave. I will teach him how to read and write. And the best of the kenjutsu out there. And even give him a weapon of his own. You don't need to worry about that. I will train him to be strong." As after Hattori agreed to take in Naruto, Hiruzen became somewhat happy as he sighed. Thank you, old friend. You do not know how much of a burden and guilt you have lifted from my shoulders after agreeing to this. No, you don't need to worry about that, Hiruzen. After listening to this kid's story, I know what I need to do. I will train him hard and make him strong, able to survive and overcome any challenges like a normal swordsman can. Thank you, my friend. But I have a, condition. He will stay here for the 10 years. In those 10 years, I will train him, mold him into the perfect swordsman, and you will not interfere. As you wish. As Hiruzen said goodbye to Naruto after agreeing to this and left. And for the next 10 years, Otori trained Naruto. As during those course of 10 years, Naruto was being trained. Menma and Mito were being trained as well in Uzushigakure's ruins, where Jiraiya, Tsunade, and their mother and father, as well as the two children, were being trained by 4 legendary shinobis, while Naruto was being trained by the legendary swordsman who was also blind. Time passed, and finally 10 years came to an end, as Naruto was now at least 5 feet, tallest in his age group, and he had a lot of muscles and cuts on his arms. Because he was blind, he needed to learn Genjutsu, and that is why they were there. But he had become a formidable sensor, able to detect where people are standing and what kind of emotions were they feeling. He was able to enter even the sage mode without any summon or anything. He was meditating one day and by mistake accessed the natural chakra inside his body and was able to use it to enhance his speed, power, and agility. Hattori knew that Naruto was by far now the S-rank Genjutsu master out there, but Naruto, being humble he was, still told his sensei that he was not up to par with him. And finally, it was time for Naruto to depart outside in the world. As Hattori then asked, "Here, Naruto, take it. But sensei, that is your weapon. I know, Zen is my weapon. But from now on, it will be yours. I haven't used it, but I polished it every day, sharpened it, so it is good to use. Thank you, sensei. I promise I will not sully your name if I cannot make you proud." "No, Naruto, you have already made me proud, my boy. Now go and forge your own path." As Naruto, after saying goodbye to Hattori, left. Before he could go to Konoha, he thought, why don't he travel around the elemental nations just to see what he can do and what he can achieve as he was. So he formed a messenger bird with the help of his chakra and sent a letter to his Gigi back in Konoha that he will arrive when necessary. He will be outside in the elemental nations and on his own adventure and journey. On the other side, when the letter arrived, Hiruzen smiled, and unfortunately his happiness was gone because some people entered the Hokage office as well. "Hey Hiruzen, how have you been?" "Hello sensei," said Jiraiya Tsunade with a smile, as Kushina, Menma, and Mito were quite excited to meet their baby boy and brother. "Yes, it is quite exciting to see you all. Sensei, you didn't reply to any of our letters. Do you know how annoying it was?" "Yes, Tsunade, seeing you here is quite annoying, to be honest. Now, here is your head, Minato. I'll be leaving. Thanks to you as usual." As Hiruzen was about to leave, Minato said, "Hold on, Hiruzen. Where is Naruto? Can you call him? I want to meet him. And can you introduce us to him?" "He's not here." "What? What do you mean?" Kushina said, getting anxious. 10 years ago, I dropped him in Land of Iron to be trained by Hattori." "You mean Hattori the blind swordsman?" "Yes. It was his wish to protect himself. He was often left to his own devices to fend off against the wild animals, and he even got almost killed one time. I couldn't bear it, so that is what I did. Left him with him to be trained. And Naruto has been done with his training. I just received his letter. He's going to travel throughout the elemental nations." "No, he can't. He has to come here. What if he gets injured?" "He's an S-rank swordsman. I received a Hattori's letter just before Naruto arrived. He's able to enter the sage mode. which he calls the Zen mode. But how? That's impossible without a summon. Naruto doesn't have a summon, to be honest, but he can enter it whenever he wants. It was by mistake, Hattori said, but a good one. As for the swords skills, he's at least up to S rank Genjutsu master. That far, huh? Yes. As this was going on, and the guild started to move its way inside their hearts, Naruto was on its way towards Sunagakure. When he arrived there, he saw that a redhead boy was sitting all by himself. His chakra was sad and angry and sorrowful as Naruto went towards him as everyone gasped and dashed away, mourning for the poor soul. Excuse me. What's your name? Gaara. What is it to you? My name is Naruto and I can't see. Can you help me towards an inn? I do not know where it is. Fine, Gaara said. He thought he might humor him, while his mother was telling him to kill him or do something, but Gaara was for the first time resisting. So, Gaara, is this Sunagakure? Yes, it is. Thank God. I thought I was in the wrong place for a moment, and I couldn't find anyone. Can't you see? It is Sunagakure. Yeah, that's the thing, Gaara. I'm actually blind. As Gaara's eyes went, really? Yes, I am, but thanks to some of my sensor abilities I can sense. You're a ninja? No, I'm not. I'm a swordsman. I had to protect myself. My sensei trained me. So now I'm on a journey to see the whole elemental nations. As Gaara's eyes widened, and he thought about it, as even for the first time his mother was agreeing. That is a good idea, Gaara. Can you take me with you? I'm sorry, what? Can you take me with you on this journey? I too want to see what the world has to offer. I am tired of being confined here. If you want to, but aren't you a shinobi of this village? They won't stop me. They can't stop me. Well, if they can, then you're welcome, my friend. Friend. Yes, you helped me out in that dire situation. So, it'll be honest to call you a friend, right? Yes. Yes, a friend. As Gaara and Naruto shook hands. Thanks, Gaara. You can visit me anytime you want. And when I'm ready to leave, you can leave with me. As Naruto smiled, as Gaara smiled back. Thank you, my friend. As Naruto went to rest, as Gaara stayed there, looking at his hand for a moment, and then smiled before leaving. Unknown to both of them, they were being followed by Kankuro and Temari. So he's a blind kid, what of it, Temari? Temari thought that the kid was cute, but why was he getting close to Gaara? Was it coincidence? Or was it a trap for Gaara? As Naruto and Gaara for the next week spent time, as on his last day when Naruto was returning to his room, he was encountered and stopped by Temari. What are you after? I'm sorry, who are you? My name is Temari. I'm big sister of Gaara. Come inside, ma'am. I didn't know. I'm not that old. I'm same age as you, or a year or two older. I'm sorry. You know, can't see and all. Yes, I know. Tell me, what is your reason of approaching Gaara? Nothing. I just wanted help, and he was there to help me find a good hotel to stay in, and I'll be leaving tomorrow with Gaara. Has he told you already? Yes, he did. He has resigned from being a shinobi. Oh, I apologize for that, for the inconvenience, but he insisted that he wants to go, so I couldn't stop a friend from doing so. Where are you taking him? I'm taking him nowhere. As you can check if I have any sort of headband on me. I'm not related to any village. I'm just a free man who's wandering around the elemental nations on his own little journey and adventure. And if Gaara wants to be a part of it, being his friend, I'll allow him. I see. You better take care of him. No worries. As Temari then hugged him and kissed him on the cheeks. Thank you. What was that for? For making Gaara calm down and smile. And you can call me just Temari, not ma'am. It makes me sound old. Okay, Temari-chan. As Temari blushed when Naruto smiled. as she was getting intoxicated by that one. But she left, shaking her head. As Gaara was on the rooftop, unknown to Temari, as Naruto went inside. As even Gaara smiled. It is good. I chose the right friend. Yes, you did, Gaara. He is a good boy. Even Shikaku felt an attachment towards Naruto after hearing that he was blind and left to his own devices, just like how Shikaku was often when he was being raised by the Sage of the Sixth Path. As Naruto rested, that night fell, and the next morning came as Gaara and Naruto departed, as Temari and Kankuro said goodbye to them, and even hugged Gaara for the first time as Gaara hugged them back. Gaara was happy that his family knew what he wanted, and their journey began towards Kirigakure, as Gaara suggested that it was known for its waterfalls and resorts, so they should go there for resting a bit. As they arrived there, they met a girl being chased, as Naruto stopped the mob, as Fu rescued the girl. It was Fu. As Fu then looked at Naruto and blushed heavily. As Naruto then said, "Are you alright?" As he put a hand on her forehead. Your temperature? Wait, why is it rising? None of your business. Who are you? My name is Naruto, and this my friend over here is Gaara. As Gaara nodded, I'm Fu. Why were you being chased? Because I'm a origin Shiriki. You hold a demon like me. What? You mean you both hold Bijus, right? Yes, Naruto. I'm sorry, my friend, I didn't tell you. No worries. It's still the same to me. And yeah, I get it. It's a burden that you have to bear, but I feel bad for the Bijus. As now Bijus were both Chome and Shikaku were listening attentively. Why? I mean, they were sealed inside of you when you were kids, right? Yes. Then they were sealed against their wills. That is why people hate them, I guess, because they tried to break free and in the crossfire some people got hurt. As Chome took over Fu's body and spoke in a different tone. Yes, young one. You speak the right. Who are you? I'm Chome, the Seven-Tails Beetle. I have just taken over Fu's body for a moment to speak to you. You have quite good thoughts, young man. And I want to request something. Can you protect Fu from them? She's being targeted now quite often, and I cannot help her that often as well. Because my chakra is depleted at one point, and she needs to run then, just like as you saw. Okay, Mr. Chome, I will do as you wish. As Naruto and Gaara spent a whole week there as well, trying to defend Fu and becoming friends with her. Fu, on the other hand, developed a crush for Naruto, as both of them got close, and one day Fu just kissed him when he was sleeping, as she blushed. But her laughter and joy was brought to an end when she rolled on the ground like an anime character and looked at Gaara, who was looking at them stoically. You know you should confess your feelings, Fu. What? Gaara? Psst, no, it wasn't like that. Please don't tell him. I won't. It is not my concern, but please tell him. Because my sister also likes him, and I really want him to marry her. What? Does he? No, he doesn't know that yet. Then it's fair game, Gaara. I see. Well, I don't want to interfere in the women's matter as well. I'll go back to sleep. As the whole night, Fu admired Naruto, thinking that she might stay here for her whole life while Naruto and Gaara will leave. Unfortunately, tomorrow, her happiness will come to an end. She began to tear up as Naruto wrapped an arm around her. What is it, Fu? Why are you crying? Are you alright? Does it hurt somewhere? No, Naruto. I'm fine. I'm just sad that you will go tomorrow. You can come with us, if you want to. I mean, you're hated here, and I know that doesn't sound right to be called out like that, but I don't want to see you get hurt anymore. I don't know what this feeling is, but whenever you're hurt or sad, it makes me sad. As Fu turned towards Naruto, facing his face now, and kissed him. This is the feeling of love, Naruto, that I craved, and you craved. As Gaara then sneezed, as both of them blushed and fell asleep, chuckling a bit. As next day came when Naruto, Fu, and Gaara left. The Kirigakure village was happy that Fu left now, but they didn't knew that they were unfortunate and didn't have a Jinchuriki. But they wanted to get rid of her, so what way other than that? Let someone else have this burden on them. As they traveled from village to village then, even went to Kiri and Naruto helped the rebels somewhat, earning him a name, the Swift Sword. As for 1 year, they stayed there fighting the battle against Kiri forces, while being on the side of the rebels and Mei. As it was an usual day in the war, while Naruto and Fu and Gaara were testing their skills out, as Naruto woke up to a heavy burden. He was being confined from the left side as he looked towards there, but his face was, well, covered with 2 mounds, as his chest was being also covered and strapped to the bed by someone. As he sensed chakras to see it was Mei Terumi, the leaders of the rebels from the left side, and Fu on his chest. Fu, Mei, I guess it's time to wake up already. Yes, and please stop doing that. I'm an adult now and we shouldn't do this anymore. But now is the time when we should do this, Naruto-kun. Yeah, I don't mind sharing. What? Naruto blushed heavily as Gaara came. Naruto, get dressed. You too as well, Mei. Yagura and his forces are here. What? As all of them got dressed, as Naruto brought his 2 swords out and was standing in front of Yagura and his forces. As Naruto took a deep breath, formation style. Water. Step 3. As Naruto vanished in a blur, as water was encoded into his swords. He cut it, all of them, painlessly. They didn't even feel it, but all of them were cut down in half. As the rebels then thought, Mei-sama, thank God he's on our side. Shut up, Ao, or I'll burn you. To be honest, Mei was getting turned on by this sight, but she didn't want to accept it right now. As Yagura and Naruto was now face to face, as Yagura revealed the 3 tails, as Chome and Fu, who was now in perfect sync, also revealed the Biju state, as did Gaara and Shikaku, who have grown close now. Shit! 2 tail beasts, as 2 Bijudamas charged at one, destroying it and overpowering Isebu, and at the end Isebu lost. Naruto then effortlessly stabbed Yagura's neck, killing him painlessly. As the rebels cheered as the war has been won, as Naruto's name was written in the bingo book, Hero of Kiri, and Suna as well, because Naruto saved Gaara from his darkness, and Gaara was now an S-rank shinobi alongside him. They were known as the Triple Trio, 1 swordsman, and 2 Jinchurikis. Akatsuki was quite intrigued by this group and thought that they were a threat to their plans. They were getting stronger, more stronger by the passage of time. As finally the day came when Naruto was going to step foot inside Konoha, he avoided Iwa because God knows why, it just bugged him to not go there because they hated him to his guts. Might be because he was from Konoha. Yes, Fu and, well, Gaara knew that he was from Konoha, but he lived in the land of iron. As when he was departing from Mei, Mei gave him a ring. And, well, after handing him that, she slipped her finger into it, making Naruto engaged to her. And Naruto accepted it because, to be honest, who wouldn't? The new Mizukage was now his fiancée, and Fu wanted one, so he bought one for Fu as well. And Gaara insisted that he buys one for Temari. He didn't know why, but he bought it because Gaara asked it for continuously. As when they entered Konoha's gates, they were stopped. Halt. Who are you 3? I'm Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki? Naruto-sama. Sama, what's going on? And who are these 2? They're my friend, Gaara, Nosabuko, and Fu. As Fu and Gaara waved, as they were led by a shinobi towards the council chamber in which they were sitting in. As all of the council, mainly the civilians and the elders, were bugging Minato to bring and call his son back because he was getting strong out there and they needed him, Konoha's forces, as Naruto walked inside. Where's Gigi? Naruto, my boy, you're back, said Hiruzen, as he too has gotten news. Gigi, it's good to meet you, Naruto said as he turned towards him and hugged him. Everyone was quite intrigued, as Izumi and Izuka asked, how can you tell where our one's standing? As Naruto looked towards her. Because I am a chakra sensor. I can sense different chakras and emotions. and a person as well. Really? That is quite interesting ability. Yes, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of you, my boy. What you have achieved, ending the war in the Kirigakure, as well as helping Suna and reinforcing our relation with both the villages. It was nothing, Didi. Well, I gained quite a bit of people and loved ones on the way. Now I have my own family. What do you mean by that, Naruto? During this whole course of actions, Minato, Kushina over there, and his siblings were silent. Well, meet Fu, my fiance. And I'm also kind of engaged to Mei. You mean the Mizukage? Yes. What? How did that happen? Said Kushina, as she frowned. Mizukage was at least 10 years older than Naruto. And she was hitting her son? No, even though she was not introduced to her son yet, she will not have it. No, not in a million years. As Naruto then said, yes ma'am. But I love her, so it's alright. It is just a number, Naruto said. So what can you do? Said Danzo. I sense a dark chakra. I see. You must be Danzo, the elder. Right? Yes, you have guessed correct. I'm impressed, to be honest. Well, I'm flattered. As Naruto then said, as for your question, I was trained by Hattori, the blind swordsman. And he passed away last year. I visited him then, before going towards Kiri. That is why I decided to help them out, because my sensei always told me to help those in need. It was Hattori's motto, said Hiruzen, completing Naruto's words. My boy, you can go and rest with your friends. Your apartment is here. Wait, Naruto. There's something we must tell you. This meeting is adjourned. As he sensed that his Gigi's chakra got saddened. What is it, Gigi? It will only be revealed in due time, Naruto. As Menma and Mito stepped forward, as did Jiraiya and Tsunade. As they said, Naruto, meet your parents, said Hiruzen. Minato Mikaze, Kushina Uzumaki, and your siblings Menma and Mito. The child of prophecy, said Jiraiya, arrogantly and with a smile. So, my family was alive, Naruto said, and they willingly left me here, abandoned me. No, Naruto, we never did. Please, quiet, Kushina-sama. I am still talking. Aren't you a little arrogant kid? Said Tsunade. I am what I am, and I will be who I am. No one has the right to judge me. Can't I be a little bit angry? No. Do you consider me even a human now? Or am I just a freak of nature that you can control and manipulate? What? What are you talking about? We're not trying to. That is what you're trying to do. If I can't have my personal opinion, then what good is it? Didi, I'm sorry, but I think that I should leave for now. And as for being your son, well, you abandoned me first. And I don't think that I can accept that now. Please have a happy life and forget about me, as you have for the past 13 years, said Naruto as he left. And no, I don't blame you two. You don't have to feel guilt, Naruto said before leaving, as Menma and Mito smiled and looked at each other, and looked at their parents. Menma, Mito, we. He never told us about this. He told us that he knew. Why didn't he knew? They never told him. It was only revealed to him just now. Think about it. Menma, Mito, it was necessary, said Jiraiya. Really, was it? Said Mito. Think about it for a moment, Menma. What if we were the one like that and Naruto was the child of prophecy? Would you have left us behind? As Jiraiya was silent. Wow. And I thought I could trust you. No. We're going with him. What? Menma, Mito, please. You have to understand. Understand what, father? That the whole world was resting on our shoulders and so on? My brother is more important than the fucking world. Menma, shut up, Mom. I'm talking. I can have my own fucking opinion now. I'm done trying to be a good kid that only listens to you. You abandoned my fucking brother, and look how hurt he is. He couldn't see. He was left to his own devices, as Gigi told us, for 3 fucking years. I'm tired of listening to your crap. Prophecy this, prophecy that. Fuck the prophecy. Menma, How could you? I don't want to be shinobi if this is how you're going to treat us. Like some test subjects that are like some puppet that are your wills to command to. Are you sending us to our deaths? What if we die in this? Then it'll be a... No, it will not be a honor, Jiraiya. I'd rather live a happy life with a family that I'm gonna build with a woman I love than go and die in some fucking war thanks to your prophecy. Why don't you go and fulfill that? I can't. Why? Because you're needed. Needed. My brother needs me now. I'm going there, said Manmao, as Mito followed. As Naruto was sitting in Ichiraku Ramen's and enjoying, well, their lunch now because it was afternoon with Fu and Gaara as both of them arrived. Can I have 2 more bowls, please? What will you like? As both of them said, chicken ramen, as that is what they got. Eating the ramens that Naruto ordered for them, they arrived at the Trading Ground 7 and sat down, as Naruto did. So, what do you want to talk about? Naruto, It's alright. I get it. You want to connect with me. And me too. I mean, finding out that I have siblings and they're not arrogant and they're kind of like me, a victim of my own parents' idiocy. I'm happy that you think this way, both of you, and I really appreciate for taking a stand with me. As they hugged. As they were doing so, Naruto then stood up. As he dashed towards the woods, "Stay here," Naruto said as Gaara and Fu came behind. "You two as well. Go towards the village and stay there." "What is it, Naruto?" "It's urgent. I have to go now," as Naruto blurted out, as he impaled Kisame, who was watching them. As Kisame was on the ground. "You're fast," as Naruto impaled him, killing him with swift motion. As then Itachi came in front of him in the murder of crows. "Who are you?" "I can sense you are an Uchiha. I'm Itachi." "Did you forget Weasel-kun, Naruto?" "Weasel? Why are you here then?" "It's good to see you as well, Naruto. But I have to take your siblings and those Jinchurikis with me." "Why? Where are you going to take them?" "And why I feel a lot of guilt and anger and sorrow. I can't hide anything from you, Naruto. Akatsuki. They are after the Bijus. Where can I find them?" "Are you going to go there alone?" "Yes. I might need your help, Weasel." "I guess I can help you out there, Naruto." As both Itachi and Naruto went there. And well, let's just say the Akatsuki didn't knew what hit them, as they were butchered and mourned, but Naruto was quite injured heavily in this ordeal, as Itachi has passed away thanks to Tobi, but Naruto was able to kill him and everyone else, even Zetsu. Thanks to his sensory abilities, he was able to sense where that black motherfucker was and kill him with the painless death he gave to everyone. As we see now Naruto limping back, bleeding heavily towards Konoha's walls, as he saw that his friends and his family members, his siblings, were there. As they got near him, "Naruto, what happened?" As Naruto passed out, as he was brought into the hospital room where he was treated where his GD was, as did was Jiraiya and his family. As Naruto woke up, thanks to his chakra depletion, he couldn't sense anyone. "Naruto, my boy, are you awake? GD, is that you? Can't you sense? When my chakra is down, I can't." As those who were occupants sighed. "Naruto, where did you went? And how did you get so injured?" "Akatsuki." As Jiraiya's eyes widened. I killed them all. They were after my siblings and the 2 friends that I have. They were after their bijus. And I couldn't let that happen. I killed them all. They're all dead. Itachi helped me. He died. "There's no way he can," said a girl's voice. "He killed my clan." I sensed a huge amount of guilt and sorrow over his heart when he came to me. There must be something that he was hiding, that he didn't want you or anyone to find out. He left me this letter though. He slipped it inside my pocket. I sensed it before he died, protecting me. I don't know what he said, but it might be to you. As Naruto handed it outside, as the girl got it, as she read the letter and gasped and started to cry down. "Is she okay?" "She is," said Hiruzen, as both father and the mother were also saddened because they thought that Menma and Mito would be the one to bring peace by killing the Akatsuki, but here Naruto was, a blind child that they willingly abandoned and left behind, fulfilling it all on his own. As Jiraiya for the first time felt his ego broken and looking down in shame, and so did Tsunade. As Naruto healed, he was visited continuously by that girl to thank him for the letter. It was revealed that she was Tsuki Uchiha, sister of the Itachi Uchiha and the last remaining Uchiha alive, and she got close to Naruto as well, alongside with Fu and Gaara, who stayed with him, as well as his siblings. But Naruto never forgave his parents. They knew that they already lost this hope, and Menma and Mito were also distancing themselves from them, and they got it because of the idiocy they did, thanks to their sensei, and they blamed Jiraiya and Tsunade for this. Because of them, their family was in rifts, but at somewhat talking with each other. As finally the Chunin exams came, in which his siblings and his friend Tsuki Uchiha was now participating. Tsuki was now deeply in love with Naruto. He was there for her when she needed him, comforting her, and that is all it took to be swayed by him. As that is when he met Temari as well, and she was quite devastated to find out that she wasn't the only one in love with him. So Tsuki and Temari teamed up and, well, even the odds out. And Mei and Rasa were also there. The Chunin exams were as in canon. Tsuki almost got the curse mark if not for Naruto, who Orochimaru avoided at all costs and left, giving the scrolls to them. As finally the Konoha crush began, since Akatsuki was dead and Orochimaru knew about that, he was cautious of Naruto, and even summoned the first two Kages to kill him. But Naruto was much faster and more agile than them, and killed them and freed their souls, as he did for Orochimaru. Now everyone was dead. No one was left alive. Naruto was hailed as the war winner for Konoha, and Peacebringer as well. It was live broadcast to all elemental nations. As then Naruto was hugged by his girls. From behind was Mei, as Naruto was happy being surrounded by the people he loved. As his brother said, lucky bastard. As he then noticed that a girl with white hair and indigo hair was twisting her fingers together as she was looking at him with blushing. Oh boy, I guess I still have some hope left, huh? And after that, the time for Konoha to rebuild came. As time passed, and now 10 years later, Naruto had many children running around his compound. His parents visited them, but Naruto never talked to them. They were allowed to be in the life of their grandchildren, and that is what made them happy even more, to be able to see their next generations. And the world? It was already at peace. Naruto went on his own journeys and travels, and got himself another wife, Korotsuchi, from Tsuchikage's granddaughter and from Iwa, and which caused great changes in the relationship between Iwa and Konoha. And all villages were now together. Even Kumo was Naruto's best friend, A and B, and Yujito and Samui, who were also his wives. Naruto had a harem and, well, lived happily with them, with a lot of his children, and they were going to be shinobis of all the villages. And they also held a tournament each year to settle down who was the strongest, just like Chunin exams, but the killing was not allowed in this one. And the peace was finally achieved thanks to Naruto's, well, hard work and dedication. He also visited his sensei's graves with his grandfather, Hiruzen Sarutobi, and paid his respect. If it wasn't for Hotori, Naruto wouldn't be here. Even though Hotori knew that it was not the case, Naruto was a special kid. He couldn't be trained by even a Kenjutsu master of a lower level, and he will be here on his own. Because Hotori trained him in basics only, Naruto developed his style. But he was damn proud of his student. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing out. Peace.